Hello everyone, today we are going to start with class A power amplifier, or which are also known as class A amplifier series fed or class A amplifier fixed bias. All these three all those names are one and the same thing. It's not as difficult as it seems. So let's see what are we looking into today. I'll adjust the lights first. Yep, and we are good to go. Now the diagram is quite simple in nature, wherein we have an RL present in case of an RC. So for the very first time, the output current, that is my ICQ, will now flow from RL and not from RC, because we don't have an RC into the circuit. Now this is known as this is known as the series fed or directly coupled class A power amplifier. Now the analysis, there are almost 8 to 9 steps. The question comes for minimum 8 to 10 marks in the question paper, one fixed question paper for 10 to 8 marks in in your final EAC end semester examination. Now the analysis, the first thing is the circuit diagram. The circuit diagram is over here, wherein it is a fixed bias configuration, and instead of RC you have an RL into the circuit diagram. So your output current ICQ, or the quiescent current ICQ, will now flow through RL. Now please do understand each and every step very very easily, बच्चा आराम से ध्यान देना. Now, since the load is directly coupled to the collector, over here, or it is connected to the collector terminal of my transistor, it is known as directly coupled CAPA, or directly coupled kappa, or directly coupled class A power amplifier. The word kappa stands for class A power amplifier, directly coupled kappa. Now the DC analysis, if I apply KVL in the base loop, if I start my journey from this point and come back to this point via my base loop, the equation becomes VCC minus IBRB minus VBE, which is equals to 0. So if I want to write down the equation for IBQ, it becomes VCC minus VBE upon RE. Now we generally know that VCC is of voltage ranging between from 12 to 20 volts in our designing numerical, and VBE is very small, it is nothing but 0.7 so hence it is not considered. Or in another word, we can betterly say that IBQ is approximated to VCC upon RE, which is written over here. IB or IBQ is written as is approximately VCC upon IB. Therefore, can I write IC is nothing but beta IB? Hence ICQ is nothing but beta IB. Now if I apply my KVL in my collector circuit, we have VCC minus ICQRL minus VCQ equals to 0. I'll repeat, VCC minus ICRL minus VCQ equals to 0. So my VCQ का equation will become VCC minus ICQ into RL. I would expect आप एक notebook में साइड में सिर्फ ये equations लिखते जाए बच्चा. It is somewhat important. आगे आगे काम आएगा, मैं बताऊंगा कहाँ पे importance है इसका. Now step 2 we have done the DC analysis. Step 3 is DC load link, or in another word we can write it a DC load line. Now from this equation over here, can I have the equation for IC over here? IC is nothing but, if I take my VCC from this point to this point, I will be having VCQ minus VCC, and if I divide both the terms by minus 1 upon RL, I have the equation somewhat in this format as ICQ equals to minus 1 upon RL VCQ plus VCC upon RL. This will be the equation that I'll be left out with. So यहाँ पे I'll be, this is in the form of y equals to, y over here is equals to mx plus c, where m is nothing but minus 1 upon RL. Since it is slope but in negative direction, the line would be somewhat downwards, ऐसे. And it means that the slope of DC load line is minus 1 upon RL. Now to further find, we need to consider the transistor in two worst conditions. One, you need to substitute y equals to 0, so you get the x coordinate. You need to substitute the x coordinate equal to 0, so you get the y coordinate. Now when the transistor is in saturation, that means my VCEQ is approximately equals to 0, the value of which is 0.25 volt if we have done this in designing. Now यहाँ पे when the transistor is in saturation, my VCE is approximately equals to 0. If this term is 0, can I say my IC is equals to VCC by RL? I'll make a box over here. Now when I say that my transistor is in cutoff region, that means at that point my ICQ is equals to 0. That means my y coordinate is equal to 0. Therefore my VCEQ will be equal to my VCC. Now, therefore we can now draw the the load line as shown. Now please do pay attention बच्चा, यहाँ पे कुछ बातें नहीं आएंगी आज. Now I have first simply drawn, do understand each and every step that I have done over here. Now IC is on the y axis, and on the x axis I am having my VCC. My IB equals to 0, that means it is a cutoff region below that. If this is that line, I'll give you by a scale. If my IB is equals to 0, that means below this line, below over here, यहाँ पे मेरा कट ऑफ रीजन होगा, एंड यहाँ पे below this side there will be my saturation region. So I have drawn two lines, one for saturation and one for cutoff. Now between this line and between this line there will be my active region. Now you need to consider a sample point over here, which will be working as IC, a simple IC as for now, not ICQ. It will be IC is equals to VCC by RL. So यहाँ पे you will be needing a point, VCC by RL, and यहाँ पे you will be having a point which is equals to VCC. You take 2 points on the x and the y coordinate, you join them, and then you take a center point, you drop projections of those two center points of that single center point on the y coordinate as ICQ, and on the x coordinate as VCEQ. Now the single statement is somewhat in this way. This is the output characteristics of my CE transistor. So now this is the voltage that I am looking into, the output voltage, and this is my input voltage over here. This output voltage IO. Output voltage is also given by in our circuit diagram as IC, or in another words, the quiescent point over here is ICQ, but this entire graph is for IC and this entire graph is for VCE. Now look carefully, bacha. This is my starting point, and can I say if it is coming towards the 0, if I extend this line a bit, and if I'm drawing a sine graph, can I say this point over here is on the 0th position and this point is on the maximum position? Hence this point will be known as VO min, or in another word VCE min, and यहाँ पे I'll be having VO max or output voltage max, which is equals to VCE max. Now similarly यहाँ पे I'll be having, since this point is near the 0th line, I'll be having IO peak, I'll be having IO minimum over here, which is nothing but IC minimum, and the upper part over here is given by IC max, which is nothing but IO max. I'll repeat once again. This is a graph of the output voltage, this is a graph of the output current. यहाँ पे it is the minimum point, यहाँ पे it is the maximum point for the voltages, and यहाँ पे it is for current. यहाँ पे मेरा minimum point है, यहाँ पे मेरा maximum point है. Now can I say from this point to this point I have drawn a single voltage, or in another words I have received a single output voltage का peak, एक single सा peak था, hence the name VOP over here. And यहाँ पे if I consider from this point to this point, can I say the output is nothing, the output voltage is between peak to peak, hence this entire graph over here is given as output voltage peak to peak, PP stands for peak to peak. Similarly यहाँ पे अगर आप देखें तो एक normal peak का value, चाहे आप ये peak लो या चाहे आप ये peak लो, it's single. If you take a single peak, it is known as IO peak, and if you take the entire graph, it is from peak to peak. Since the graph is for output current, we have the value as IO peak to peak over here. I think all the points on the graph are quite simple. Now we'll be going for VCEQ and ICQ. Now VCEQ, if you look carefully in the output characteristic, if you have a Q point on the center of your DC load line, and fortunately this is also your AC load line. So now if you draw projections on the x and the y axis, you get the VCEQ and you get the ICQ. Now by the similarity of the graph, the VCEQ point over here is almost on the center of your 0 to VCC point. Hence your VCEQ becomes VCC by 2, and this point is in between from this point to this coordinate. Iska half, so it will be VCC by twice of RL. So that means this will ICQ, that is nothing but the center point of the output or the quiescent current, I would say. It will be given by VCC by twice of RL. I would expect आप लोग ये लिख के एक बॉक्स बना दो बच्चा, प्लीज़ साइड में एक हल्का सा लिख बच्चा, थोड़ा सा आदत डालिएगा प्लीज़. I will just go on to the next page. आई वुड एक्सपेक्ट आप लोगों ने अब तक वो लिखा होगा. इफ़ नहीं लिखा होगा प्लीज़ वीडियो में बैक करके वो लिख लीजिए बच्चा. इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर द फर्दर पार्ट ऑफ सॉल्विंग. नाउ over here we have the further steps. Now the further step number 4 is your AC load line. Now since AC and DC load both are same, your AC and DC load line will remain the same. आपके डायग्राम में you didn't have a different RL. Your RL was working for both AC and as well as for DC conditions. Hence your AC and DC load were both the same. Hence your AC and DC line will remain the same. Now यहाँ से there will be something new बच्चा up till the last point. Now step 5 is given as AC power given to the load. That is somewhat which is given to the load as in from the input section. PAC. Please do pay attention for the nomenclatures, bacha. Now this can be determined by using the following formula. PAC is given by VORMS value into IORMS value, which is nothing but IORMS ka square into RL, or is nothing but VORMS ka square upon RL. Now in terms of peak values, if I have that peak to peak points, now PAC is given by VO output voltage, peak voltage upon root 2 the whole square, V square into what do you say, this part, IO into what do you say, IO peak value in divided by root 2 ka square. So the formula becomes VOP upon what do you say, IOP by what do you say, 2. Similarly over here, in terms of peak to peak values, in terms of this peak to peak values. Now you won't be having a square over here, sorry, my bad. यहाँ पे square नहीं आएगा बच्चा. In terms of peak to peak values, VO peak to peak is divided by twice of root 2. Similarly, IO peak to peak is divided by twice of root 2. ये काली काली आंखें 2 root 2 2 root 2. So 2 root 2 will give you 8. So the value of what do you say, in terms of peak to peak values, it is nothing but VO peak to peak into IO peak to peak upon 8. Now what do you mean by peak to peak? Let's see bacha. In terms of maximum and minimum value, this is where my students get confused. VCE max minus VCE min by root 2 by 2 root 2 upon into sorry, IC max minus IC min by 2 root 2. 2 root 2 and 2 root 2 kali kali aake, it will be giving you 8, and the formula will be somewhat VCE max minus VCE min into IC max minus IC min. Now let me take you to the diagram again. If you look carefully, now if you look carefully over here, can you say what do you mean by VCE max? That means this point, and VCE min, this means this point. Can I say VCE max is nothing but VO max? That is nothing but, sir, if you take on this point over here, it is nothing but VCC, and sir, if you consider the VCE min point, it is nothing but 0 over here. ये 0th point है. Similarly for IC, this is the graph for IC. The maximum value is VCC by RL if you take the projection over here, and the minimum value of the graph is at 0th over here. So can I say IC max is at VCC by RL, and your minimum IC min is at 0th position. Hence your equation now becomes, अगर मेरे बच्चों ने ध्यान से याद रखा होगा तो बेटा, हाँ, your VCE max minus VCE min becomes VCC minus 0. Your VCC was nothing but VCE max. Your VCE min was nothing but the minimum point, that was nothing but 0. Similarly, my IC max was nothing but VCC by RL, and my IC min was 0 upon 8. If you open the brackets and multiply, you will be getting a value PAC. The maximum value that you can get is VCC square by 8 RL. Please bacha, make it a box, write it number 6. Now DC input power, assuming that my input current IB is very much small in micro, or I am assuming it to be 0, therefore my DC power is given by ICQ into VCC. Now I am having the formula for ICQ. ICQ अगर आपने ग्राफ से याद होगा बच्चा, it was nothing but VCC by twice of RL into VCC. This VCC is over here, and ICQ का value is given by VCC by twice of RL. So your DC input power becomes VCC square by twice of RL over here. Now step 7 is the, I hope यहाँ पे बच्चा मेरा लिख के बॉक्स बना दे बेटा. I am not expecting you to write the entire equation right now, but please बॉक्स बना के रख बच्चा. Step 7, efficiency of amplifier, theoretical value, but of course efficiency is given by AC output upon AC DC input over here. Now the AC, what do you say, power given to the load over here, which was nothing but output for the amplifier, is taken on the above, that is nothing but PAC upon PDC into 100. Now using both the equation, for PAC I am having the value VCC square by 8RL over here, PAC का वैल्यू बचा, एंड PDC डिवाइड बाय किया तो मैंने उसका फॉर्मूला वो ऊपर चला गया, so it becomes twice of RL into VCC square. So if you process this, VCC square cancel, RL cancel, 2 by 8 is 1 by 4 into 100 will give you 25%. So the efficiency or the maximum efficiency that kappa or class A power amplifier series fed configuration will give you is 25% only. बहुत छोटा रे बच्चा, मज़ा नहीं आएगा सर. 25% ही एफिशिएंसी है सर. वी वांट समथिंग विच सर गिव्स समथिंग बेटर एफिशिएंसी. द ड्रॉबैक ऑफ दिस एम्पलीफायर इज इट गिव्स वेरी लेस एफिशिएंसी. Step 8, power dissipation. So let's see what happens to power dissipation. Now power dissipation is given by VCEQ into ICQ. It is given by a formula. Now we have a formula for ICQ and VCEQ. Both these are Q points. दोनों का हमारे पास ग्राफ से वैल्यू था. VCEQ was given by VCC by 2 and ICQ was given by VCC by twice of RL. VCC square 2 to 4 4RL. Hence PD max is given by VCC square upon 4RL. आई होप मेरे बच्चों को यहाँ पे ये पॉइंट याद रहे बेटा. नाउ लास्ट पॉइंट, इट इज़ नथिंग बट फिगर ऑफ मेरिट. नाउ व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय फिगर ऑफ मेरिट? फिगर ऑफ मेरिट इज व्हाट यू से अ पॉइंट विच हेल्प्स अस टू डिसाइड कि भाई कौन सा ट्रांजिस्टर अच्छा होगा या नहीं होगा. इट विल टेल यू डायरेक्टली टू पिक अप अ ट्रांजिस्टर व्हाइल डिजाइनिंग. नाउ फिगर ऑफ मेरिट इज गिवन बाय पावर डिसिपेशन मैक्स अपॉन PAC max. Now we have the formula for both. PD max is given by just above, it is given by VCC square by 4 of RL into PAC max. We had developed the formula over here. It was given by VCC square by 8 RL, which gives you FM by which gives you 8 VCC square by 8 RL. If you work out on this formula, you get the figure of merit as 2. Hence while designing, if we require a transistor which has a figure of merit as 2, so at that point we might consider direct fed class A power amplifier. So yes, in short, to give you a summary, key points to remember from kappa or class A power amplifier is the first thing, that is its class is class A. The biasing of the Q point is in the center of the transfer characteristic. Angle of conduction of the transistor per one input cycle, that is 360 degree. That means आपके ट्रांजिस्टर ने कितना पार्ट आपके इनपुट का प्रोसेस किया. इन माय केस इट प्रोसेस्ड द सिग्नल 360 डिग्री, मतलब उसने पूरा का पूरा साइन वेव प्रोसेस किया. इफ़ यू लुक केयरफुली इनटू द ग्राफ, जो आपके पास VO पीक टू पीक वाला ग्राफ था या जिसके अंदर IO पीक टू पीक वाला भी था, इफ़ यू रिमेंबर, वहाँ पे अपने पास साइन वेव पूरा का पूरा था. दैट मीन्स द सिग्नल वॉज प्रोसेस्ड कम्प्लीटली. हेंस द एंगल ऑफ कंडक्शन of transistor per one input cycle is 360 degree. Efficiency, as we all did look that it was very poor, nearby 25%, not suggestible to anyone. And figure of merit is given by 2. If someone asks for the figure of merit, then you can directly say it's 2. The transistor power dissipation is very much large in kappa, and drawback is it has a less efficiency, higher power dissipation, and generates hum. We'll stop the lecture over here. In the next lecture, we'll be looking for transformer coupled class A amplifier. Up till then, stay safe, bacha. Thank you.